Medina Spirit is a horse that is just never has failed me. He runs first or second. He's very competitive. Light on his feet. He's quick. Stays out of trouble. And that's what you need for the Kentucky Derby. You want a horse that's going to be, quick out of the gate, get out of that stampede out of the gate, and going into the first turn. Hopefully he'll be in a good spot.
When the 2-year-olds come in, they ship into your barn, there are always a lot of high ticket prices or well-bred horses. When this horse showed up in July and you got a call from Gary Young, he said, "Hey, I bought a $35,000 Protonico." What was going through your mind?
Well, it was the story was the breeder was actually grew up with the owner, and he bred the horse. He owned Protonico, and he said, "You know what? I've got a really good horse. You guys should check it out." And I said, "It's my friend." He worked really well, and he had sold it to his Gallop boy for $1,000 as a yearling, and so I think he looks good. If he wanted to do his friend a favor, to buy it, I gave him the okay, and Gary Young gave me the okay. He worked pretty well, fast, 3/8, and so he buys them, and so you just throw them in the lot there, and all of a sudden my assistant at Los Alamitos, he goes, "You know what, that horse, I think he's okay, So and we brought him, but I mean, it doesn't matter what they paid for. We won the Derby real quiet with $17,000. It's not, they don't know what they cost, but they all go through the same program, and he showed his stuff, and now he would have been the least likely one I thought I'd come here with, but unfortunately we had some other horses that got injured and just didn't make it. Weren't mature enough to get in here. We could have had 3 in it, but we don't really want to run a horse unless we have a chance, a good chance to win it, because you really don't want to put him through this.
He's run well every time he's come, but he's been beaten by some others in this race. He beat Hot Rod Charlie before. What does he have to do to take that next step forward?
I think he's got to move up a little bit. I think he's doing well. I think his race last time, it was okay. It wasn't one of his better races, but he did get outrun. I mean, the horse beat him. Very impressive. Rocked your world. And the time before he got beat by Life is Good, who was just a complete freak. He got beat 8 lengths by him. But he ran second to him one time. He ran a big race. He's got to run that race that he ran 3 races back, where he was actually gaining on Life is Good a little bit, and so and some of the top horses, things have to go wrong. It's one of those things where somebody's got to drop a pass. And so it's you need racing luck, and he has to break well. If he doesn't break well, then he has no chance at all. But I think he needs some good racing luck, and other horses. You never know what's going to happen. With 20 horses. All I know, he's doing really well. Is he the best horse in the race? I've always wanted with the best horse in the race. I've gotten beat with the best horse in the race, so anything can happen. We've seen that in the Derby with 20 horses. So, but he's doing well enough I feel good about running him, and he should be competitive. He's got a heart of a lion. If he gets in a fight, if he goes head to head, he'll fight horses off. Sometimes it looks like he's hopelessly beat, and he comes back on. So that you like that, and I think the Mile and Quarter, he'll like that.
He's a little bit of a buzz horse yesterday. Concertor was out during the Derby Oaks window and really made a good appearance of himself. How's Concertor doing, and what do we see from him?
Yeah, he was a disappointment. That was really tough loss. He did not run well in the Arkansas Derby. I really thought he was going to be he was going to be at least second choice in the Derby. Let us down. He didn't let us down. But we learned a lot about the horse. I think he's still a little immature. If the Derby was in another week, I'd probably run him in the Derby. I think 3 weeks was not enough to get him razor sharp for this after that race. Very disappointing. I think he's a better horse than that. Or maybe he's not. But we'll find out. He worked, looked great yesterday. So we're pointing for the Preakness with him. And so
finally, when they go in the gate on Saturday, it'll be the same goosebumps?
I think it's going to be a little differently. I think I'll, it's like, I always go into these races, expect the worst, hope for the best attitude. Otherwise, you'll go crazy because we lose more than we win. It'll be exciting. I'll be excited about it, but I won't feel the pressure that I felt with like a Justify or American Pharoah, that it's my race to lose, and so I'm more worried about them not winning. For this one, I'll enjoy it, let's see what he does, maybe he'll surprise us, or he's going to have to really surprise me, and there's some good horses in there, but we're just hoping for a good trip, and when they turn for home, I hope I have a reason to root for them. There's nothing worse as a trainer that when they, at the 3/8 pole, they start going backwards, and you're like, okay, let's go to the car, and so that's what you're hoping. You just want them to be competitive.
And while it's an old experience for you, it's a new experience for the owner. That's going to be his first time. And I'll talk about him having a horse in this race.
He's pumped. He's excited. And he never thought he would be here with a $35,000 horse that his friend talked him into buying. And so it's he's got a chance. I think he's, I always come in here with like top 5 horses. He could be maybe 6, 7, 8, horse in there. So, be competitive. That's all I can ask. That's all I can say.